Hello and welcome to this Scientific Principles video with electraining. This video is all about resistors connected into a circuit in parallel. Now here is a diagram with a parallel circuit, so we've got three resistors connected in parallel, and it helps us to understand what's going on if we just imagine for a moment where the current can flow. So if we start at the left hand bottom corner there, that'll be one of the terminals of the source of electromotive force. So the current would be flowing through this wire and then it reaches a junction. So at the junction, some of the current can flow through this way, that's through resistor number 3, but some of the current can continue to flow through this wire and that current reaches another junction. And so again, some of that current can flow through R2, but some of the current would continue up this line and flow through R1. So that's a parallel circuit. You may well see that kind of diagram in an exam question, but there are other ways of drawing these type of circuits, parallel circuits. So we're going to look at some alternatives just so that you get used to looking at them and understanding, yep, that's a parallel circuit. So this diagram is a parallel circuit. We've got two resistors. The two rectangles are the resistors, and there's more than one path that the current can flow. That's really the definition of a parallel circuit. So current can flow through one resistor, but it can also flow through the other resistor. So there's two paths for the current to flow. Now in the third diagram, we've got an example here of what you might see if you go online and look at any information on circuit diagrams. This is the American system for identifying components in a circuit. So in America they use a zigzag line, whereas we use a rectangle in the UK. So just be aware of that. You won't see this symbol in your exam questions because it's a UK exam, but you will see these symbols if you look at some information online. So that's just another example of how the resistors are drawn. But again, we can see that there are two paths for current to flow. It can flow through both resistors, some current through one, some current through the other. And then another diagram there. This is a sort of more of a hand-drawn version of the resistor here. In fact, this case, they've just drawn in a light bulb. So there's two light bulbs, and traditional light bulbs, the filament inside them is a form of resistor. It's got resistance, and resistance causes the current flowing through it to have the electrons have to work extra hard to get through because of the higher resistance in the element, or the filament as it's called, and that's what makes a traditional light bulb glow hot. In fact, so hot that it's white hot and gives off light. But the main thing to see here is that we've got, again, two paths for current to flow. Therefore, it's a parallel circuit. Another diagram there, just again drawn in a different way, two resistors, but it's just drawn slightly differently. But the key point would still be you can actually trace the path that current can flow, and some current could flow through one resistor, and some current could flow through the other resistor. Therefore, it's a parallel circuit. Another example. So it's just so that you get to see different ways that they are drawn. And there's yet another one. Now this is slightly more complicated. This is actually called a series parallel circuit. We won't be looking at series parallel circuits too much on this course, but here is an example, and this is what we mean by a series parallel circuit. It is that these two resistors here are in series with each other, so one after the other. So any current flowing through this part of the circuit has to flow through one resistor, and it has to flow through the other resistor. It's the same current. But these two resistors together are in parallel to this third resistor. So it means that as current flows through this circuit, some of the current will be diverted to flow through these two resistors, and some of the current would flow through this resistor. So the two resistors are in series with each other, but they are in parallel with the other resistor. And one more example there. This is just again different ways of drawing a series parallel circuit. So if we start on the left, current can flow through these two resistors, so the current would split between the two, but then the current would join at this point here, and all of the current that started out would then flow through this resistor. So again, it's another way of drawing where we've got two resistors, this time in parallel, and those two resistors in turn are in series with the second or the third resistor. I'm not going to talk about all of these, but again, I'm just putting it on the screen so you can see yet other variations that could be drawn. These are all circuit diagrams, all indicating resistors, and they are all parallel circuits. So we're going to move on and look at how we calculate the resistance in a parallel circuit. So we've got three resistors there, and we want to know, how do we calculate resistors in a parallel circuit? Now, in a previous video, we've learnt that in a series circuit, the resistors just add up. You just add up all the individual resistors, and that gives you the total resistance. However, now we're talking about parallel circuits, the rules change. Resistors in parallel do not add up. They don't add up. In fact, you have to add the reciprocals. That's a good word, reciprocals. A reciprocal is a number that is expressed as 1 over that number. So for instance, the reciprocal of the number 5 would be 1 over 5. So to calculate the total resistance in a parallel circuit, we have to do this formula here, which is that 1 over RT, that means the reciprocal of the total resistance, will be equal to 1 over R1, the reciprocal of resistor number 1, plus 1 over R2, plus 1 over R3. So it's a completely different method of calculating resistance. In a parallel circuit, we use reciprocals, and that formula would give us the reciprocal of the total voltage. We will look in the next video at some examples, and we'll be doing some calculations using this method and some other methods. But for now, I want you to take on board that we've got the first rule of a parallel circuit. And the rule is that in a parallel circuit, you must add the reciprocals to find the total resistance. So the resistance is only the reciprocals that are added together, not the actual value of the resistance. So in a parallel circuit, you must add the reciprocals to find the total resistance. So I look forward to sharing with you in the next video how we actually do that in practice with some examples. But all that remains for me to say is thank you for listening.